Assalamu alaikum. Hello everybody, how's it going? Today inshallah we're going to discuss some other terminologies of Islam. Those terminologies for today are related to haram and halal. We're going to know and understand today what's haram and what's halal in Islam and the degrees between them and how they are divided. We'll start our title today with the word أحكام تكليفية. And actually these are two words. The first one is أحكام, which is translated into judge or judgments or verdicts. According to Islamic terminology, the word أحكام is how I identify something between haram and halal and in between. Giving this judgment to haram and halal and the in between is called حكم, and the plural is أحكام. Then comes the word تكليف or تكليفية. When someone is مكلف, a person who is مكلف, he starts to be judged and punished for what he does. And that starts actually from the time of puberty. And that actually about the age of ranges between 10 to 14 years for both boys and girls. At this age, a human being starts to be asked to know what's halal, what's haram, because he's going to be punished upon doing those actions. Everything you do in your life, everything is ranging between halal at the top, which is allowed, and haram. Let's take them step by step. Okay, the first level of this ahkam, the first division or the first section, it's called Fardh. Something you must do. Something you cannot let, you cannot leave. That's called Fardh. Another word for this is also, it's under this section as well, still, or different meaning to Fardh is lazim. Something is Fardh, also called lazim, also called wajib. All these three words actually are translated generally into one, which is this is mandatory. Let's give example of that. Example of fard is salah, siyam, zakah. Those things, of course, these are just examples. Hundreds of things are fard. Those things you must do them, and you will be punished if you don't do them. And this is a category, and this is a criteria upon which you can know if this is fard or not. So fard is what you must do, and if you don't do, you will be punished. Fard is divided into two categories. Something called Fardh Ayn and Fardh Kifayah. What's the meaning of Fardh Ayn? Fardh Ayn is something that every individual person or each person has to do it. Not just one, everyone. For example, Salah, Zakah, Hajj, everyone has to do it for himself. If you don't do it, you will be punished. Another thing is called Fardh Kifayah. It's also fard, but if one does it, it's enough for all the other. Like what? Like, for example, if Radd as-salam, that's in Arabic, or replying to as-salam. If someone walking in the street and he said assalamu alaikum to a group of people, now it's mandatory for those people to reply to this salam. But if one of them only replied, it's enough for all of them. There are, for example, 10 people, and someone is walking by them and said, Assalamu alaikum. One of these 10 people, anyone, must say, Wa alaikum assalam. Because Allah said in His Qur'an, for example, وَإِذَا حُيِّيتُم بِتَحِيَّةٍ فَحَيُّوا بِأَحْسَنَ مِنْهَا أَوْ رُدُّوهَا. It means if someone greets you with a greeting, you must reply with a greeting as equal and as good as it is or better than this greetings. In Islam, we are asked to do that. So that's called Fardh Kifayah. Someone does it, it's enough for the other.